Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and I hope you had a great weekend. Today I'm going to be answering this question of should you be friends with your narcissistic ex or your abusive ex? You see, ending a relationship with a narcissist or your abusive ex is not the easy thing to do. But once you do it, there's always this huge relief, and you may just want to stay away from them as far as possible because you've been through hell, they've manipulated you, they've abused you, and you don't even want to hear from them. Like, you may be practicing no contact, or you may be practicing minimize contact, and you even started seeing glimpses of healing, or you even started processing some of your past hurts. You now understand that you deserve a better life or you deserve a healthy kind of relationship. But now, what happens when your narcissistic ex or your abusive ex wants to be friends with you? And they may ask you this question in this angle of like, can we just be friends? And this is one of those questions actually which will trigger those memories of the good times you had together, or the times they came through in your life, or just the times where when they were really understanding, or the idealization phase of the relationship. So the question will look genuine, and that's what makes it really hard for you to immediately say no or to give a response. And you will also tie it in with the fact that your narcissistic ex was friends with their exes. And you may feel that, yeah, what can go wrong with just you being friends? Actually, it's not such a bad idea. Like, it may even have some positive connotations to it. After all, you'll just be friends. And some part of you also, that's of course the helpful side, will also be like, maybe if you can become friends, at least you'll not lose them for good. At least you'll understand them more because you are just friends. And you can still reignite that old romance if you manage to change them, or if they manage to change their behaviors. At least you'll not be that far. And the thing about the mind is it will always seek self-preservation, and it will want to cling onto something till the end. Even if it knows it will not work, it will just keep clinging onto it. So the thought of being friends or not being friends with the knack may not be an easy thing to think about. It may not be a quick no to say. So I want us first to understand what are some of the common reasons why the narcissist or your abusive ex may want to be friends with you. The first reason actually is it's still a form of supply. So the narcissist want to be friends with you because the moment you become friends, they'll be supplying themselves with their needs. Like, they still need you to do something for them. They might need you for sex, some of your resources, money, a place to stay, or just someone who can supply their needs, because they need supply to survive. They just need those things you offered them, and they can also get those things when you are just friends. And the thing is, when you are friends with a narcissist, is it's so easy to get hoovered back into the relationship because you are just maintaining friendly contact. And the thing is, you may still have feelings for them, and let's say with your dry spell, you'll just find yourself crossing that line. That's what normally happens with friends with your ex, right? You'll find yourself crossing that line, or crossing the line to be friends with benefits kind of arrangement. And when they have you as their friend, they know that they can come knocking at your door, especially when they've not secured supply or a stable supply elsewhere. Like, they're not sure about their new supply, or their new supply has not yet really trusted them so much, so they just need you. And the other form of supply they might want from you is, of course, physical resources, like, let's say, a house, a car, money, since you can't really say no to a friend in need, right? The second reason is reputation. Some narcissists will care so much about their reputation and how others perceive them, how their friends, family, and outside world perceives them. So they may want to be friends with you so that they can be seen as the good person who has made amends or who has resolved their issues with their exes. So they are gaining like positive scores for being in friendly terms with you. And it even makes it easy for them to get into new relationship because they've made amends with their exes. And the thing about this is it's so easy to influence someone actually with this gist of having made amends with the exes. It's so easy because it might bring this level of admiration and trustworthiness. So that admiration that they have good terms with their exes is what they want, even when behind the curtains things are not flowing that way. But people will just perceive it that way. And in fact, they will tell people about it. The last thing is they want to maintain control. Like they don't want to lose their influence and dominance over you. You see, when you are friends with someone, and someone specifically you had a past with, you'll tend to share with them some of your current plans, some of your current undertakings, or just any other thing they may ask. You are friends, right? So when a narcissist seeks to be your friend, they know they'll be keeping tabs on you, and they can in fact they can influence, of course, directly or indirectly, some of the things you do in life. So you might have broken up with them, but being friends create this thing called a pseudo kind of relationship. It's not a real relationship, but it looks like a relationship where they can still control your emotions and your actions. So you will not have the space and time to explore your newly found freedom because you'll still be hearing from them, you'll still be getting messages from them. So you'll not be having that freedom as compared to when you are like fully going no contact. It's like a relationship which is not really a relationship. Yeah. So is it really worth to be friends with a narcissist? The simple answer is no. Here's the thing. It all starts with friendship, and we all know this, but your conversations will always be having love bombs, insidious digs, and put downs. And then sooner or later, you'll find yourself opening your door and repeating the same cycle. And the thing about your mind is, it will always lie to you that now you figure them out. Even if you just become friends, you'll never let them back into your life and you'll not fall for the same patterns. And it's just friendship, nothing more. That's how your mind will lie to you. But we know that it's not always the case. They still know how to get to you. And the door of friendship is just another door to exploit your compassionate, your empathetic self. They still know you. They still know what triggers you. They still know the buttons to press. And you'll get hurt. It will never end well. There's nothing like ending well. No, you'll still get hurt. And when you maintain this friendship with them, it makes it so easy for you to be hoovered back into a relationship or to be used by the narcissist. So never underestimate the narcissist, or never overestimate your ability to keep the narcissist away, even especially when you've not dealt with those unhealed wounds on a deeper level, or when you've not deeply understood your boundaries. Never fall for that trap of underestimating or the narcissist or overestimating yourself. Another last thing is, being friends with the narcissist is actually the greatest barrier to you moving on. This is how it goes. When you are friends with them, even if it has good vibes or positive vibes, you are still holding on to old connections with them. And the mind will always hold on to something familiar, because it feels like it's the safest place for you. It's a form of security for the mind. So the mind will not always entertain the new idea of letting go, because it's scary and full of negative emotions like, of course, loneliness and sadness. So maintaining friendship with your narcissistic ex is like clinging to a twig. And of course, we know what happens when you cling to a twig. It will ultimately break and you'll get hurt. And when you are alone, or when you break up with the narcissist, your deepest insecurities, your unhealed wounds, your traumatic memories are all exposed. And that's now the best time to go inwards and deal with them. But when you maintain contact with them, even if it's in the form of friendship. You are choosing the side of course, unconsciously, barring those wounds again. Like you are having contact, so it's like still a distraction to those unhealed wounds. So do not accept the approaches of your narcissistic ex and expose yourself to those uncomfortable emotions like loneliness, sadness, of course safely, so that you can transcend them and connect with yourself. Because the more you expose yourself to those uncomfortable things, the more you are growing. But the more you expose yourself to the comfortable things, the things you are used to, you will just keep getting stuck and regressing back to your old patterns. So if the narcissist wants to be a friend, just don't focus on it, but instead focus on yourself and focus on really dealing with what's the relationship exposed. Hope you found that informative, guys. Until next time, have a nice week.